is a referral by Supervisor Yeager regarding the establishment of Santa Clara County Office of LGBTQ Affairs. Supervisor Yeager?
Yes, thank you. I didn't know if there were any speakers on this item. If there are, thought we would hear them first.
We do have some late arriving speaker cards. Supervisor will call on them at this time. Sparky Harlan, Leslie Bolbuck, Gabrielle Antolovich, and Sparky. If Sparky is not here, I just want to note that we do have written comments from her on this item, and those are being forwarded to the clerk for the official record.
Yeah, the speakers can come forward. Gabrielle.
I'm Gabrielle Antolovich, and I'm the new board president for the Billy DeFrank LGBT Community Center in the Silicon Valley. And I know this sounds weird, but very rarely do we have a politician who's actually ahead of the communities. And I want to say, you know, this Office of LGBTQ Affairs is really ahead of the game. And I want to applaud you for being such a mover and shaker. And we are a new active board at the Billy DeFrank Center and want to be able to catch up with you and be a partner with everything you are doing. And I just am very excited at your plans and what will come ahead. And we definitely want to work closely with the county and have an amazing dovetail with the county and the community. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Leslie?
Good morning, President Cortese, distinguished supervisors. It's wonderful to see your faces up here this morning. It's an honor to be here to speak out in support of Supervisor Yeager's request for a referral regarding the establishment of an Office of LGBT Affairs in the Office of the County Executive. The results of the health survey the county conducted in December 2013 were particularly stark, especially in light of the fact that Santa Clara County is really seen as kind of a beacon of hope for the LGBT community. So the results that were borne out by the study really kind of exposed what's really happening here. There are communities, you know, our community has been speaking a lot about marriage, but that's so not where the real needs are, especially now in light of the fact that we do have equal marriage. We need to go and really think about the health and the well-being of the transgender community, in particular of youth and of our elders, and to address the mental health needs of the community. So I'm very, very excited to be here for the first, what I'm hoping is the first step in the establishment of this office. And I thank you so much and do request your aye votes. Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes the speaker requests. So go back to Supervisor Yeager on that.
Yes, thank you, President Cortese. I'm very pleased to put forward the proposal to create an Office of LGBT Affairs. While the LGBT community has traditionally been underrepresented in government and underserved by institutions, this county has a long tradition of working to eliminate disparities among its residents. And there are many people inside the county that I have been able to work with, and certainly led by Dr. Smith in trying to reduce those disparities. And from my heart, I really appreciate all that they have done. Now I'm going to get choked up. An Office of LGBT Affairs could provide staff training, external relations to the LGBT community, resource development, and evaluation. Its goal would be to provide leadership, accountability, and effective outcomes.
Take your time, Supervisor.
Thank you. Wasn't quite expecting this. We love you. Well, I was getting choked up, Gabrielle, when you were first talking, because I remember, you know, the Billy DeFrank Center 30 years ago. At a storefront on Keys, and you know, we've all come so far. The city of Philadelphia has a Mayor's Office of Lesbian, Gay, and Bisexual Transgender Affairs, and Washington, D.C. has an Office of Gay, Lesbian, Bisexual, and Transgender Affairs. There are no such offices at the statewide or the county level. The LGBT health assessment in our county conducted in 2013 revealed substantial health disparities. It showed a high level of need for social services, but a short supply of LGBT competent providers. I won't belabor the statistics, but I did want to share a few findings with you. While data suggests that LGBT people make up about 4% of the county's population, they make up 10% of the homeless adults. That number rises to 29% for homeless youth and young adults under the age of 25. A disproportionate number of youth in the juvenile justice system, 13%, identify as LGBTQ. Overall, respondents to the survey felt that there were not enough health professionals who are adequately trained to work with LGBT people, and more than 1 in 10 respondents reported some type of discriminatory treatment by healthcare professionals in the year prior. 1 out of 5 respondents experienced intimate partner violence, while 75% of them never reported these instances to law enforcement. I could go on, but I think that's a pretty good snapshot about what's happening in our community. Despite these statistics, this county has been quite innovative recently in trying to address these disparities. Over the past few years, the probation department has implemented a training program aimed at helping staff better serve LGBT youth under their care. Originally a 3-year grant, the program has been expanded to include other departments and rebranded Collective Pride. Last year, a specialized outreach and counseling program was created for LGBT youth who are homeless and disconnected from their families. At our last board meeting, we approved a contract to expand community mental health access for LGBT people of all ages. That's just part of the list. However, up until now, these efforts have been ad hoc. An Office of LGBT Affairs would keep these programs on track while ensuring adequate resources and collaboration across departments. Over the last month, I have held meetings with leaders of numerous county departments, and they've just all been great, and community organizations to solicit their feedback on this idea. Overwhelmingly, I didn't realize I was such a crybaby. They were supported. They were supported and thought such an office would help their efforts. An Office of LGBT Affairs parallels other efforts to focus on the needs of women, veterans, racial and ethnic minorities, and immigrants. These offices focus attention on these unique needs of each of these, providing better services and planning for the future. So my motion, finally, is to direct the County Executive's Office to report back to the Board of Supervisors at its May 12, 2015 budget workshop regarding preliminary consideration for County Executive's Office of LGBT Affairs. Thank you.
One's struggling here. Other supervisors wishing to comment on the motion. We do have a motion by Supervisor Yeager, as he said, and a second was made by Supervisor Wasserman electronically. Let me turn to Supervisor Simidian.
Actually, just I'm almost just a small bureaucratic request of the county executive. We have a number of offices that have been placed under your direct supervision rather than in a department or agency. If we could, as part of the report back, just get us, or even prior to the report back, get a sense, some kind of a flow chart, org chart, whatever you want to call it, of sort of how those are functioning as standalone entities. I think obviously the goal here is to make sure that this is a catalytic office that sort of causes other good things to happen in other parts of the organization. It would be helpful to sort of see how that works organizationally in your office. But given the proliferation of others, it would be nice to sort of see all that in one place at one time if we could. And with that, I'm obviously pleased to support the motion.
Supervisor Chavez.
So thank you. I'm also very excited about this motion. And I did want to just acknowledge that just given how diverse our community is and frankly how hard we're all working to really be on the cutting edge of the kinds of support that we can have so that in this community people feel really welcomed. And one of the things that I thought was a little alarming was the San Francisco Chronicle did a story about where people are living and why, and I thought, people should want to live here. We're a place that's not just open, but it really creates an opportunity for us to be the very best community we can be. So I'm really excited about this and really looking forward to the report back, and appreciate very much Supervisor Simitian's observation that the Office of Veterans Affairs, the new Office of Immigrant and Refugee Services, the Office of Human Relations, and this office will need to be as connected as they can be while they're trying to to give us more and new and better ideas about how to serve the public. So I'm looking forward to that as well.
Supervisor Rossman.
Thank you. My pleasure to support this, absolutely. And for those of you who don't have a copy of the staff report, it says the mission of Santa Clara County is to plan for the needs of a dynamic community, provide quality services, and promote a healthy, safe, and prosperous community for all. And I think this is just one more step by this board in doing just that. Thank you.
Well, Supervisor Yeager, thanks for bringing this forward. It's probably an understatement. I guess, I don't know if most people know out there, I know the speakers are aware, and probably all of my colleagues, but Supervisor Yeager and I go back on face-to-face discussions on these kind of issues to 1996, at which point he set me straight. And I've been thanking him ever since for just the tremendous improvements in the conditions of the LGBTQ community, his stand for civil rights over and over again, and don't bother, thanking him or giving him a huge dose of praise, because he'll just move on. And the reason he does that is because instead of declaring victory, he just continues to see the next area that needs to be addressed. And it's unfortunate that we have areas that still need to be addressed when it comes to these civil rights issues, but it comforts all of us to know that you're out in front, identifying where we need to, again, improve conditions and address civil rights issues like this. And I look forward to the report back from the county executive and our continuing support of your efforts here. So thank you. We can vote electronically, and all votes now have actually been cast. It does carry unanimously. Thank you.